Welcome back, everybody. It's Boys in Blue. Most people know me as Tyler. Today we're back at the range showing off the Chiappa Rhino. Most of you guys know this as the intermediate weapon in Escape from Tarkov that I tend to play quite a bit. This guy right here is a 357 by or 38 special. Today we're shooting some 357 out of it. Just wanted to kind of show off this really cool toy for you, how it operates, the reduction in recoil, because unlike most revolvers, this firearm actually fires from a lower bore, has a low bore access, so instead of firing from the top of the line, it actually fires from the bottom cylinder. So instead of getting the normal vertical recoil you would face when using a revolver like this, you actually get a push instead. So reduced recoil, almost feels like you're shooting a 22. Remarkably accurate, probably one of my favorite toys that I've played with, and one of my favorite things that I own right now. So without sitting here droning on about it, let's get into having some fun, shall we? So right now we're loading up some 158 grain Fiocchi Range Dynamics 357 rounds. We've got our target at about 10 yards. We'll show off the paper after we're done shooting. So the cool part is this one is actually set up a little differently than most. Right now I'm pulling the hammer back, but the hammer will reset once I pull this closer forward. You get a red chamber indicator that lets us know that we're chambered and ready to go. The really cool feature about this though is not only does it have a hair trigger to it, that's why my finger is not on the trigger. As we always say with our 4 safety rules, number 1, finger straighten off the trigger until we're ready to fire. Keep our weapon pointed in a safe direction. We're also going to make sure that we know our target, what lies beyond, meaning our berm. We're also going to be making sure that we treat every weapon as if it is loaded. Whether it is or not, we treat everything as if it's loaded. Without further ado, let's have some fun, guys. And in the single action, like I said, it has a very hair trigger. You barely touch the thing and it'll go. This is also a double action, so I can pull the trigger standardly, like so, and fire as necessary. The indicator will present itself on the top back. The hammer does not move, does not reciprocate, but the indicator will pop, letting us know that we are pulling the trigger. Once we pull that trigger, obviously the firearm will go off. This is probably one of the coolest toys I've played with. I think Tarkov did a great job introducing it. I just feel like they didn't give it enough love, because I think that would be a really fun gun to have as a 357. Tearing up targets and tearing up those PMCs and scabs. But as you watch, you'll notice there's very little recoil that faces from this weapon as I shoot. Now, one thing I will note and state that I did not show, and I want to make sure that I get this out there more as a safety warning for those that decide they want to play with a lower bore access or lower cylinder firing 357 or any kind of revolver. Revolvers do have that spacer in between the cylinder to the barrel. Now, you cannot modern grip this gun without catching some kind of heat from the actual gun. As I've come to realize, you'll notice that when we're shooting, a large amount of the fire is actually coming out of this little gate right here from the front end of the cylinder and firing outwards. If you were to put your thumb up here like so, like you would for a normal modern pistol grip, you'll run into the fact of that gate firing a bunch of hot lead and carbon out the side of the gun and singeing your finger a little bit. Now, so far, we haven't had any incidences like that. Hopefully we keep it that way. With this kind of a revolver, I usually tuck my thumbs down towards the trigger guard like you would a normal revolver when firing. Today I've got with me also my Mark III speed loader for a 357. It allows me to quickly feed load up, and get back into the fun. So we're going to do another cycle round through this. We'll show off the target at 10 yards and what we've got going on. I am pulling a little high and left as I'm seeing. Again, that can be shooter error, not the firearm. So, let's get back out there and have some fun. I think my favorite version of pulling the trigger on this has to be single action. It's so smooth, it feels so good. I'm gonna quickly load up my speed loader again. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 10 rounds left aside from what's in the speed loader. And yes, I am saving my brass. I do plan down the road to start learning and trying to create my own loads for 357 for this thing. So I kind of want to have some more fun with it. But real quick, we're going to go and bring in the target and let's see how it turned out. Now obviously 10 yards isn't too crazy for a revolver, but ooh, that's some pretty decent grouping. We do have some outliers here and there. I'll turn this way so you guys can see. We are hitting a lot on the upper and left. That, again, can be just the shooter error itself. But I'd say with what we were doing pretty solid. We've got some, again, some outliers here. Some groupings that we need to work on. But overall, probably one of my favorite toys that I get to sit here and play with is the 357 Chiappa Rhino. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Stay tuned for the next ones. Be sure, if you're interested though, I've been doing a lot of shooting here with these guys, as well as with Gray Sentinel. Check them out, graysentinel.com. Use code GEARUP5 for 5% off all your firearm and any kind of tactical needs that you could possibly want. Also, check out our other sponsor that we've got going for us with As Intended Gaming. If you're into the D&D aspect in the D&D world, check out As Intended Gaming's over on Kickstarter. They have an awesome game called Primary Potions. Until next time, guys, stay safe. We'll see you again.